Welcome back. Today we're gonna have a look at Seipai. Different masters performing in different ways. There's few different versions depending on the style. We're gonna have a look at those and see what the differences are, what the similarities are, and how the different individuals performing in a different way. Starting with the old clip of a Seipai in Jundokan. I think the clip is sped up, so it's very difficult to say the correct timing for this kata, but it all is very smooth, very narrow, nice deep stances, movement is quite natural and flowy. Seems to be that some sections are much faster than the other. Hips are turning with the blocks, and middle height of a Urazuki, pulling down, and a vertical drop. The second version is Shito-Ryu, much slower and deeper stances. Movements are more broken into a chunks, so it's not so smooth. It's kind of a break between those techniques. I suppose it's just for demonstrations, though people see that armbar there was a little bit different than in a Goju. Not so much push with the shoulder, and a different angle of the step in for a pickup and sweep. Kata is more and more stable, more kind of calculated and done slower. Bigger kakeuke there. Seems to be a kicking with the tips of the toes. There's not so much turn away in that technique. The shitatsuki is higher, and the mabashuki is a little bit different. Plus, it's a very visible takedown with the bend back down. Here we've got another version of a Goju Ryu, I think, and we've got it's more competition one. So there's much bigger breaks, and movements are very slow on that first section, so the judges can exactly see how the body moves and what the competitor performs and do. Long breaks here. That turn of the hand is very over-exaggerated, and followed by with the elbow and the uraken. Turn nice slow, very calculated and visible to the judges. Very eye-pleasing and technically very beautiful. You can see that there was a lot of work put into make this kata so crisp. Nice and slow. Not so deep double strike down. Very flowing movement in to the positions. But main thing sticking out with this one is the long breaks between the techniques to demonstrate body alignment and what the practitioner is doing, and giving the time to the judges to appreciate the positioning and the body structure. Very low strike with that shitatsuki, big break, and then punching towards the knees. Don't know why. Mabashuki, very short and high position with that fist strike. Very nice kata, I really enjoy, very eye-pleasing. Here we've got another older clip with a Goju Ryu practitioner, Tauro Chinen doing Seipai, and the beginning movements are very slow. Deep positioning, very over-exaggerated movement with that hand. That lower block was very big. Nice and slow movements, flowing for the stances, flowing for the movements. See if we're gonna speed up here. Very big emphasis on the hand movements with that joint lock and taking the hand over the head to do the turn. Nice and deep strike down. Everything is very relaxed and going through the position, so there's no strain or very powerful strikes. Everything is very measured and flowing through. which I like a lot. And huge movement with the hips, high kick and quite high tsuki, uratsuki or shitatsuki, depending on your system. Quite high kick and again big strike. Here pull back, and again you can see that it was a throw, so you can flip that hand, but not so much, not so low as in a Shito-Ryu version. Here we got a Morio Higaonna. He doesn't need a introductions, I don't think. Much faster performance. Hands are a little bit higher than in a previous version. Everything is quite smooth yet powerful. Fast movements and a huge work on the hips, using that breath work quite low and straight back takedown with a double strike, using the shoulders to drive into the opponent. Again, much faster kata, a bit more dynamic with the big steps and huge turns. Use of hips, again, middle height of that punch. Pull back, takedown, additional movement with the takedown. Here's mine, so it's a little bit faster, flowy, so we try to flow from one of the movement to the other. Ours is more focused on the applications, so applications dictate how the movement goes and what the speed here is, and yeah, so a little bit faster than everybody else, not so deep stances, and everything is mostly in a grappling range. Middle strike, trying to use the hips as much as we can, but not as deep as a Goju Ryu, so a bit faster version. And here's the Kyokushin, which is completely different to everything we've seen. Mas Oyama made a lot of changes, so instead of going backwards, they're going forwards, and it's more a haishu like in a pinans. I think that's the influence of Masayama Shotokan training and trying to incorporate a high kicks and movement. So here's a little bit of a same as in Goju Ryu Seipai, strike completely different. Here's the section that fits as well with it, but the rest is like totally different and super emphasis on high kicks. I think that's what the Masoyama was enjoying, and this is his take. But yeah, there's not much of a resemblance to the Goju Ryu version and Shito-Ryu version, so very interesting to watch. And I think that they should change the name and call this kata a little bit different. There's some similarities on the end, and yeah, completely different. That's Kyokushin for you. Thanks for joining me on that comparison video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, Kyokushin is very different to all the other versions of Seipai. Shito-Ryu is a little bit different than Goju, but close enough. And if you enjoyed this clip, please subscribe, share, click the notification button so you don't miss another video. And I'm really happy that you providing me with a positive feedback on those videos, and the channel is growing, and that's something which I enjoy. And thank you very much, and see you in the next one.